And she leaves acting. She leaves Hollywood. She's gone. Some people might say that's sad. Others might say, well, she saved her own life.
She was everywhere. TV screens, magazine covers, red carpets. Kristy McNichol wasn't just known. She was unforgettable.
She took her life out of the spotlight and was able to lead it in the best way that she could, because no one really understood what it was like to be bipolar at the time.
With her beautiful smile and amazing talent, she captured hearts and climbed to the top faster than anyone imagined. But just as quickly as she rose, she vanished. No warning, no goodbye. For 31 long years, the silence around her absence grew louder, sparking rumors, heartbreak, and endless questions. What could drive a beloved star to walk away from it all? Now, at last, the answers are here, and they're very shocking. Join us in this video to know all about it. The reason Kristy McNichol left Hollywood. Kristy McNichol was once a very, very bright star in Hollywood. She was a child actress who became famous very quickly. People all across America loved her. They saw her on their television screens and in movies, and they were amazed by her smile, her natural acting, and how real she always seemed. She had something very special, something that made people stop and watch. She made them feel something deep inside. At a young age, she had already done what many people only dream of. She won not just one, but 2 Emmy Awards. She had important roles in big shows and movies. It looked like she was going to be around forever. But something unexpected happened. Just when everything looked perfect, she disappeared. She didn't say goodbye. She didn't leave a message. She didn't even give a hint. One day, she was there, and then she was gone. Fans were shocked. They didn't know what happened. People started talking. They wondered why someone so successful, someone who had everything, would just walk away. No one understood it. For many years, there were only guesses. But now, many years later, Kristy, who is now in her 60s, has finally spoken. She has finally shared the truth about why she left Hollywood. She was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. This made her leave Hollywood. Kristy didn't have time to rest, and that started to hurt her inside. She began to act out in small ways. She threw food sometimes. She played pranks. She started doing silly things, not to be bad, but because she missed being a kid. She said it was like trying to live her childhood underneath everything else. She had never had time to just be young. If Kristy McNichol's decision to walk away from fame was so deeply personal and emotional, what was Hollywood life really like for her? To find out, keep watching. A childhood lost beneath the spotlight. Kristy didn't enter the world of acting in a big, shiny way. Her family wasn't rich. They weren't famous. Her mom, whose name was Carolyn, had to work many jobs just to keep the family going. She did whatever she could, working as a secretary, selling makeup, and even taking very small acting parts in movies. She was not trying to become a star. She was just trying to take care of her kids and put food on the table. One day, when Carolyn was working on a small movie called Bigfoot, she brought her kids with her. She didn't bring them because she wanted them to be in a movie. She just didn't have anyone to watch them at home. Her son Jimmy, Kristy's older brother, loved being on the movie set. He thought it was so cool. But Kristy felt scared. She didn't even want to get out of the car. She stayed there the whole time, too nervous to join in. But something strange and unexpected happened. Even though she didn't try to be noticed, someone on the movie crew saw her. They saw both kids and told Carolyn they might be great for commercials. That one small comment changed everything. Soon, Kristy and Jimmy were going to auditions. It started small, just commercials, but very quickly, it became something much bigger. Jimmy did well, but Kristy had something really special. People could see it right away. She wasn't just acting, she was shining. At only 14 years old, she got the role of Buddy in the popular TV show Family. That role made her famous almost overnight. Suddenly, everyone knew her name. But even though Kristy looked happy on the outside, her life at home wasn't easy. Things were not normal. She didn't feel like a regular kid. In fact, she felt like an adult in her house. One time, she told her mom, "You're the child," and her mom answered, "And you're the mother." That wasn't a joke. That's really how things were. Kristy was the one taking care of the house, cleaning up, and asking her mom when she would be home. She wasn't outside riding bikes or playing like other kids. She was growing up fast, too fast. When Kristy started working on Family, she didn't treat it like a fun dream. She treated it like a real job. She acted like a tiny grown-up. She even brought a little briefcase with her to work every day. People could feel the seriousness she brought to her acting. Her character, Buddy, asked big questions and challenged the world. Viewers loved it. They saw something honest in her. But this kind of pressure builds up. By the time Family ended in 1980, Kristy had already made close to 100 episodes. She was just 18, but she felt tired. Not just physically tired, emotionally tired too. That same year, she starred in Little Darlings, a movie that became very popular. But even then, Kristy was getting more and more tired. She said she didn't know how to say no. If someone asked her to do a job, she said yes, even if she didn't want to. She felt like she had to make her mother happy, so she kept working and working and working. Besides acting, Kristy also loved music. She made a pop album with her brother Jimmy, and she even sang on a Christmas special with the famous singer Karen Carpenter. Their song, "He's So Fine," even made it onto the Billboard charts. People saw a happy, talented girl. But inside, Kristy was not okay. After everything she went through in the spotlight, what happened when Kristy finally decided to step away? Was it peace she found? Or something else entirely? Let's learn more. Choosing peace over fame. The constant pressure to be perfect finally led to something very serious, a full emotional breakdown. Kristy's brother Jimmy stepped in and moved in with her. He stopped being just her co-star and became her safe place. He helped her feel calm again. Between 1977 and 1983, she had already made 8 movies. One of the last ones during that time was Just the Way You Are in 1984, where she played a musician with a leg brace. It was a hard role, but a very powerful one. The movie was filmed in Paris, and it seemed like a dream job. But for Kristy, it turned into something else entirely. As the day to leave for Paris got closer, her mental health started falling apart. She couldn't sleep. She couldn't eat. She had scary dreams and felt nervous all the time. She told her manager how she felt, but instead of helping her, he just said, "Don't worry, we'll get through it." That made her feel even more alone. Even though everything inside her was screaming, "Stop!" she was still put on a plane to France. Once she got there, things only got worse. She lost so much weight. She cried a lot. She was scared and sad, and she didn't feel safe. She called herself a wreck. Thankfully, filming took a break for the holidays, and she went home to California. A close friend helped her see a specialist who worked with young people in emotional pain. That doctor changed everything. He told her the truth. She had been holding on to pain and sadness for years. She had never had a chance to let those feelings out. But now, It was all rising to the top. He told her not to go back to France. He told her she needed to stop, to take care of herself. And this time, finally, Kristy listened. She didn't finish the movie right away. She stayed home. She focused on healing. But while she was trying to get better, the gossip magazines made up stories. They said she was using substance. They said she was crazy. The studio only gave vague answers, saying she had a chemical imbalance. No one talked about the real reason. Kristy was hurting. She was struggling with serious anxiety and depression. She did go back and finish Just the Way You Are, but the excitement was gone. After that, her roles got smaller. She was in movies like Love, Mary, Dream Lover, and Two Moon Junction. But they didn't make the same impact. On the outside, things seemed okay. But deep inside, Kristy was still fighting her old battles. Eventually, she was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. This helped her understand why she had felt so up and down all her life. But it was also a clear sign that something had to change. In 1992, during Season 5 of Empty Nest, she left the show for her health. She returned for a short time, but it was clear her acting life was coming to a close. In 2001, Kristy McNichol officially retired from acting. She didn't leave because she had failed. She left because she needed to live her life. "I wanted to learn what else was out there," she said. She wanted to find peace. And that's exactly what she did. Kristy stepped away from the spotlight. She focused on teaching, helping others, and spending time doing things that made her feel calm. Today, Kristy lives a peaceful life. She enjoys yoga, she plays tennis, she spends quiet afternoons with her dogs. Her brother Jimmy is still close to her. He's been with her through all of it, from the beginning to now. When someone asked her in 2015 if she would ever act again, she smiled and said, "Never say never." But whether she acts again or not, it doesn't really matter. Kristy's legacy is already strong. She was a bright star, yes, but her biggest gift was knowing when to walk away. She chose her health. She chose her heart. And in doing so, she showed the world something much more powerful than fame. What changed for Kristy when the rumors started? And how did it shape her final years in the spotlight? Let's find out. The rumors, the truth, and her final goodbye to fame. Kristy McNichol was loved for her charm, talent, and tomboy style. When she suddenly stepped away from the spotlight, many people wondered what had happened to her. Fans were surprised, and the media was full of guesses. Since Kristy didn't say much at the time, wild rumors started to spread. At that point in her career, Kristy had done a lot. Health issues was the official explanation, but not much else was mentioned. The public was left wondering what was actually happening as a result. People started talking without definitive answers, and not all of it was positive. False and nasty stories quickly filled the press. Kristy was accused of having a harmful substance problem. Others said she had a terrible illness or a nervous breakdown. These rumors were not true, but they kept spreading. They made a hard time in Kristy's life even harder. In reality, she was quietly struggling with mental health problems, which she kept very private. More than 10 years later, in 2012, after Kristy retired, she spoke to the public again, but this time, it was her choice. At age 49, she came out as gay. The announcement wasn't made for fame or attention. It was something she wanted to do so to help others, especially young people who were scared or unsure about their own identity. She hoped that by sharing her truth, others would feel a little less alone. For many years, there had been rumors about Kristy's sexuality, but she had never talked about it publicly until then. When she did, It was received with a lot of support and praise. Fans and LGBTQ+ advocates respected her honesty and her courage. It was clear that Kristy had grown into a person who wanted to use her voice in a positive way, even if she wasn't acting anymore. Kristy is also involved in supporting the arts. She believes in the power of music and creativity to help people feel better and stay connected. She has sung with the Los Angeles Valley College Choir and works with a local foundation that supports music education. For Kristy, this is a way to give back and protect the kinds of programs that meant so much to her when she was younger. Even though Kristy McNichol is no longer acting, her story still matters. But her greatest impact may be the way she chose to live her truth and put her well-being first. By walking away from fame and speaking up about her life, she showed others that it's okay to slow down, to heal, and to live life on your own terms. In the end, Kristy's journey is a reminder that being true to yourself is more important than being famous, and that taking care of your mental health is something we should all take seriously. How did Kristy McNichol find peace and happiness after stepping away from fame and the spotlight? Let's delve deeper. Inside Kristy McNichol's private world. After leaving the Hollywood spotlight, Kristy McNichol quietly built a peaceful and private life alongside her longtime partner, Marty Allen. The couple has shared their life together for decades, staying away from public attention and instead focusing on creating a calm, loving home where they can simply enjoy each other's company without judgment or pressure. They are known to live in Los Angeles, California, where they have built a simple home that perfectly fits their peaceful lifestyle. Even though their home is in a busy city, it feels like another planet. It is a calm, cozy space that gives warmth and welcome. Nothing in movies or magazines can compare to Kristy and Marty's home. However, it's filled with love. It is filled with understanding. There, they experience a sense of safety, visibility, and being heard. Being someone else is not needed. No performance is needed. Peace is all that matters. Kristy previously said that she loves to sit in the garden and sing to her dogs, which is her favorite place in their house. She enjoys singing just for fun now, not for fame, but for the joy of it. It makes her feel calm. It makes her feel free. Kristy also mentioned that she finds peace just sitting with Marty, listening to the wind, and humming a song. They'll hold hands or sip tea or listen to the breeze in the trees. And in those moments, everything feels right. For them, nothing spectacular matters more than these small moments. They take pleasure in life's simple moments. They don't require large gatherings or celebrations. They simply enjoy spending their days together in tranquility and proximity. Their house is a haven of love and understanding rather than opulence or the glitz of celebrities. Kristy and Marty live quietly and happily. They don't seek the public eye, and they don't feel the need to make big appearances or statements. Kristy doesn't do interviews often, but when she does speak, she talks about how much she and Marty value their privacy. They don't go out looking for attention. They don't want to be in magazines or on TV. They just want to live their life in their own way, on their own terms, and without people watching them. That's how they stay happy. That's how they stay strong. Kristy and Marty have created a life many would admire, not for its fame or money, but for its honesty and calm. Their love has endured for many years, and their home reflects the life they've built, safe, quiet, and full of heart. Kristy also returned to something she always loved: music. In 2011, she enrolled in a local music academy in Los Angeles. She joined as a student, not as a celebrity. She wanted to reconnect with music on a personal level and not as part of her acting career. Her return to music was about healing and joy, not publicity. She reportedly spent time at the school learning new instruments, singing, and being around other students who shared the same passion. Kristy became an active part of the school community and used her time and resources to support arts education. She helped raise awareness and funding for music programs that were at risk of shutting down. She quietly supported student programs and believed in helping young people express themselves through music. She didn't want the spotlight, she just wanted to help because she cared. Helping others gave her a new kind of happiness, one that didn't come from fame, but from kindness. In the end, Kristy McNichol seems to have found what many people spend a lifetime searching for: peace, purpose, and someone to share it all with. How did Kristy McNichol's early life and personal challenges shape the way she built her financial future? Keep watching to find out. Kristy McNichol's background and financial journey. Kristy McNichol grew up in a home with parents from different backgrounds. Her father had Scottish and Irish roots, while her mother was from Lebanon. Kristy's early life wasn't easy. When she was just 6 years old, her parents got divorced. After that, Kristy and her siblings were raised by their mother. Her mother worked very hard to take care of the family. Watching her mother struggle to support them gave Kristy a strong reason to work hard. Although Kristy stopped acting in 2001 to take care of her health and focus on her personal life, her money situation is still very strong. In fact, it's quite impressive compared to many other former stars. Her total worth is believed to be between $7 and $8 million. This wasn't just from her acting career when she was younger. Kristy made smart choices with her money over the years, which helped her stay financially safe, even after leaving the entertainment world. One of the smartest things she did was invest in real estate. She bought several homes and properties in the Los Angeles area. Later, she sold some of them and made good money from those sales. This gave her extra income outside of acting. She also still earns money from the old shows and movies she appeared in. Because some of those shows are still played on TV or sold online, Kristy receives payments known as residuals. These help her bring in a steady stream of income without having to work in front of the camera anymore. Even though she's no longer a full-time actress, Kristy hasn't completely left the world of acting. From time to time, she helps young actors by giving acting lessons and coaching. These small jobs give her some extra money and also keep her connected to something she loves. However, she doesn't rely on this as her main source of income. Unlike some celebrities who live in big houses and spend a lot of money, Kristy chooses a more simple life. Her lifestyle is calm and not too expensive, which helps her save money and keep her finances stable. Because she doesn't spend too much and keeps her life quiet, she doesn't need to make a lot of money to stay comfortable. Kristy's life story shows how important it is to work hard, stay smart with money, and live within your means. Even though she went through hard times growing up, she turned those struggles into strength. Her careful planning, smart investments, and simple way of living have helped her stay financially secure for many years. Kristy McNichol's background, choices, and attitude toward money have all played a big role in her success. She may no longer be on the big screen, but she has built a strong and financially free legacy for herself. After finding financial success at such a young age, what new doors opened for Kristy, and how did she explore her talents beyond acting? Let's take a closer look. Kristy McNichol's rise in music and variety shows. Kristy McNichol was not just a well-known actress during the 70s and 80s, she also explored music and made many fun appearances on television variety shows. Even though most people remember her from her acting roles in shows like Family and movies like Little Darlings, she also had a short but interesting journey into the music world. Kristy and her older brother, Jimmy McNichol, became quite popular in the entertainment industry. Since both were already gaining fame, they teamed up to release a pop music album. In 1978, they put out an album called Kristy and Jimmy McNichol. It had a very pop-style feel that matched the vibe of the late 1970s, with upbeat songs and catchy tunes. One of the songs from the album, He's So Fine, which was actually a cover of the original by the Chiffons, ended up becoming a minor hit. While it didn't top the charts, it was popular enough to get some radio play and help them stay in the public eye beyond just acting. Even though they didn't make more albums after that, the project gave Kristy another way to connect with her fans and show that she could do more than just act. It also gave her and Jimmy chances to be invited to many variety shows, where they could sing, dance, and have fun in front of live audiences. During the 70s and early 80s, television variety shows were a big deal in American entertainment. These shows mixed music, comedy, dancing, and celebrity guest appearances into one big, fun performance. Kristy was often invited to be on these shows. She would sing, sometimes with her brother and sometimes by herself, and also join in funny skits or lighthearted interviews. She made guest appearances on several big variety shows of that time. One of her most famous guest spots was on The Mike Douglas Show, which featured many big stars and gave her a chance to perform and speak about her life. She also appeared on shows like Donnie and Marie and The Carpenter's Christmas Special, where she performed songs and shared her cheerful personality with fans. These appearances allowed her to show that she had more than just dramatic acting skills. She could entertain in all kinds of ways. Kristy's friendly and joyful presence made her a favorite for variety shows. She often appeared alongside other young stars of her time, and her connection with her fans only grew stronger. These TV spots helped keep her in the spotlight and reminded people that she was not just a dramatic actress, but also a fun and musical performer. Even though her music career didn't last very long and she didn't become a full-time singer, Kristy's efforts in music and variety shows were still a very special part of her time in the public eye. They showed her playful side and proved that she had many different talents. Her willingness to try new things, even outside of acting, was something that fans admired. In the end, Kristy McNichol's music and TV variety show appearances added another layer to her career. They weren't the main reason she became famous, but they helped shape her public image. Through these appearances, she reached different audiences and left behind some sweet memories that her fans still remember fondly today. While Kristy McNichol has shown no clear intention of returning to the spotlight, some fans continue to wonder if a quiet comeback could ever happen. With Hollywood embracing nostalgia and beloved stars from the past making surprise returns, there's always a small chance she might step in front of the camera again, if the right role and the right moment came along. If Kristy McNichol became a household name and captured hearts across the country, it makes you wonder whatever happened to her brother, Jimmy. Stay tuned for more. The life and journey of Jimmy McNichol. James Vincent McNichol, better known to many people as Jimmy McNichol, was born on July 2, 1961, in Los Angeles, California. He was the first child in his family. His parents were named Carolyn and James McNichol. Jimmy had two younger siblings, his sister Kristy, who would also become famous, and his brother Tommy. Jimmy's journey into acting and television started when he was very young. He was only 7 years old when he began doing commercials. His very first commercial was for Band-Aid. From the years 1967 to 1973, he appeared in around 80 commercials. Some of the well-known brands he worked with included Kool-Aid and Crest toothpaste. These small commercials helped him build experience in front of the camera. His first role in a movie came in 1973. He had a tiny part in a film called Sunshine, though he didn't get any official credit for it. After that, Jimmy began getting more roles on television. He appeared in many popular TV shows of the 70s. Some of the shows where he appeared as a guest include Run, Joe, Run 1974, Gunsmoke 1974, Little House on the Prairie 1974, Shazam 1975, SWAT 1975, and ABC After School Special 1976. He also acted in many made-for-TV movies, such as Stranded 1976, Champions, A Love Story 1979, and Blinded by the Light 1980. Jimmy also acted in full-length films like Smokey Bites the Dust 1981, Butcher, Baker, Nightmare Maker 1981, and California Cowboys 1984. Between 1977 and 1978, Jimmy played the role of Jack Fitzpatrick in a TV show called The Fitzpatricks, which aired on CBS. In 1979, he played Vince Butler in a teen show called California Fever, also on CBS. In 1997, Jimmy got married to Renee Nash. The couple had 2 children named Nash and Ellis. In 2016, the family moved from California to a new home in Durango, Colorado. In 2010, Jimmy found out something surprising. He had a daughter he never knew about. Her name was Kelly Mays. She had been adopted and raised by another family in Pennsylvania. Kelly is now a rapper and songwriter with a career of her own. Jimmy has always cared a lot about the planet. In 1998, he started a learning program called Echo TV, which helped teach people about the environment. In 2013, he made a documentary-style film called Planet View, which looked at important global environmental problems in a fun and adventurous way. After his acting career slowed down, Jimmy began working in real estate. He now focuses on remodeling houses and developing property. As of today, it's believed that Jimmy McNichol has a net worth of around $2 million. Though Jimmy McNichol stepped back from fame, his early success, alongside his sister Kristy, helped shape a lasting legacy in pop culture. Together, they left behind a unique mark that fans still remember fondly, hinting their story in Hollywood may never be fully over. Do you think Kristy McNichol might go back to acting? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Thank you for watching this video. We hope you found it interesting. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Click the next video shown on your screen to catch up on your favorite celebrity stories. See you there.